Hello everybody, it's Christine. It's time for a scrapbook process video, and this is my second design team video for Color Rush Studios. And so what I'm using is the main kit. It's called Home Sewn, S-E-W-N. And it's because I showed in my the unboxing, there's like little, well, there's homes all in it, and then there's like little thread and sewing things and stuff like that, which is kind of funny because I'm actually not doing at this point, I may do one. I need to do some digging for some pictures, maybe about my mama, because she did sewing when I was growing up. But what I've got right here, and I've got these two pictures because I printed it. One I've done a little bit of editing to, and one I didn't. It's my daughter. We did dress shopping the other day at the Blushing Bride, and she found her wedding dress. Of course, I can't show you guys that. And I'm struggling with which picture to use because this one obviously has a little blue overage. This one's the natural, but it's a little dark, so I'm struggling with it. But so I'm laying it down on these papers here. I'll have to pick one, you guys. I'll have to pick one. I'm not certain. I'm leaning toward the one with it's not edited because she got a little washed out here, but we'll see. I'll pick one eventually. And also I think I'm going to narrow this up, so it's going to end up being kind of long and skinny, if that makes sense. And what I have is I pulled out, I love this. This is just so pretty and soft and feminine. I think I'm going to use this. I'm going to, I think, tear it and create a thing. I've got this as well because I think this is a nice, because I got this small kind of floral here, tone on tone, and then this is a nice, it's the back side of this one too. I have to play with this a little bit. I did pull out some white cardstock because I think I might have to mat it or something, and of course cardstock for the photo mat. And then what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to call this, I've got to think about it. I've got a couple of titles on here from my stash. I might do something like Dream Dress Found Here, and I might do like dress in these. I need to see about it. But I'm gonna do like a mixed font title is what I'm saying. This came in the kit. This came from my stash because I think I want to do like a mixed font title. So that's kind of what I'm starting with, you guys. And of course I have all of these fun goodies. I kind of want to use, you know, one of the heart doilies because it's obviously, you know, better wedding dress. So I'll have to play with that. I did go ahead and punch out all my little pieces from the little cards that came in. So I've got my little tray here because I have this cute strawberry paper yet still. I got to figure out what I'm going to do with that because it's cute, cute, cute. Yeah. So let me do a little trimming here, tearing and all the good things. And I need to pick which photo, you guys. I've got to pick. I'm struggling with this. Let me do all that and I'll be back on in a minute. So you guys, I love everything about how this layout turned out except my own handwriting. But I just felt like for this layout, because it is my daughter's wedding dress shopping, I kind of needed my handwriting on here. So it's okay. You know what? When I'm long gone, my young grandchildren will probably think, oh, there's grandma's handwriting. So I'm going to get over it. So what I've done here is I've decided I want to kind of have this pretty green, like almost wallpapery type paper in between the two pale pinks. So the pale pink's almost acting like it's tone on tone, so it's almost like a solid in a way. And so I'm going to I tore the top part, and I started off, I actually showed you guys, I think in the beginning, I still have a full-size sheet of that green, of that paper, but I thought, well, I don't need to waste it, Christine. So I want to make sure that this fits in between. And I also want to use a little piece of it on the bottom with that stripe. So I'm going to fast around with this because I want this to be just right. So I'm going to mark this right here in just a second so that when I can cut it, although interestingly, I cut it at an angle and I almost messed myself up, but it's okay. It looks good. So here's where I'm going to pull out a little pin. I'm going to be like, okay, I need to trim it here and I need to trim it there. And then this way, honestly, I put all this on a piece of white cardstock, but you don't see the white cardstock. It's just for the base. So I do that, and then I'm going to trim this little paper down right here. And that middle pink paper there is not going to get used. So that's going to go back into the pile and it will be used on a different layout. So here I am. I'm going to trim this little piece here and that goes, okay, that fits up underneath there. I'm going to end up cutting away in just a minute because you don't need to see me gluing all this stuff down, but I'm going to use my ATG to glue down my top and bottoms here. And then I'm going to use my ATG to glue down. Well, again, I flipped see that there? I did this to the other layout. I screwed up. I shouldn't say I screwed up, but I kind of did. Like, I cut it at this angle, and it's like, that's not going to work. And I didn't really want that pattern on the top again, but here I am. I've got this strange little angle here. So I go, well, I'll just make it kind of skinny because I kind of want to tear the top of it. And I actually ended up doing something else that I really like. I was kind of proud of myself for kind of thinking of that. I've seen somebody else do. I've seen other people do it. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to swap that idea, you guys. So anyway, I glued that down just enough to where I can cut it and it's the plaid is on there. I wouldn't say it's even, but it's kind of, I torn it, so I've got this little rough edge. And initially that was all I was going to do. And I happened to glance over and I saw my little frazzles and ribbons. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to pull that darn pom-pom out because I have seen people tuck that down underneath their little edges. So after I stopped fussing around with this stuff, I'm just giving myself some texture, by the way, on these little torn pieces. In just a moment, I'm going to pull out that little bit of pom-pom stuff and I'm going to stick that up underneath my my little plaid down there. So let me see. Is this when I decide to do it? Oh, I start messing with the picture first. I think I might have looked over in the very near future. I'm going to look over and see that pom-pom stuff. I also want to make sure I do use the heart doilies. Oh, I'm thinking about the title right now, you guys. I know I want it to say something like dream dress because I have dream. But here's where I saw the heart doilies and I go, oh, I need to make sure I use these. I mean, honestly, other than maybe Valentine's, I think wedding dress shopping is the best time to use a heart doily. So I put one up there in the upper left. I kind of put one down here in the lower right. That's actually not going to stay there. I do like it there, and I really contemplate it, and I actually pull out a little piece of ephemera that I kind of think I might put there, and I don't actually end up doing it, you guys. So, oh my goodness, if y'all hear Saturday, she's wanting her treat, and I've told her not yet. So here's where I get that little pom-pom, and I think, okay, this is going to be so cute, and it works perfectly with the little peach flowers that are in the paper, the little, I'm going to call it the wallpaper, wallpaper paper. There's little peachy flowers in there, so it's perfect. It looks beautiful. And I'll also pull out a piece of floral ephemera in a minute that's this peachy color, so it looks really cute. But I'm going to use my Nuvo glue and tuck it up underneath there. It takes me just a minute to glue that in there. I probably should have tried to cut. I tried to cut this down, you guys. I actually cut out quite a bit where I'm messing with the ephemeras. And because I think I had this thing in like 19 minutes originally. That's way too long, you guys. I don't know if I say that. I will sit and listen to long videos because sometimes I'm scrapping. I just don't want to mess with the buttons. But if I'm just watching somebody, it's hard for me to watch for that long. So I have trimmed it down a little bit, but you'll see me in just a second. I'll start messing with things. I think I might do the title next because I know that I've got the doily in the upper left where I want it. That is for sure where I want it. And I did decide to go on the picture. I was telling you guys I was struggling with which picture to use. I went with the one that was unedited. I thought the edited one was it just had a little too much. She was just a little too washed out in it. So look at that. I tried to get that stuck to my hand, you guys. So I'm going to take that. That's going to look so pretty. I love those doilies, you guys. Those are so pretty. I am going to put the picture up on foam because the little torn edges of the papers do give it a little bit of height. And I want the picture to lay kind of nicely. And you see I did kind of trim that up. It's a 3.5 by 6 at this point. And I'm going to glue that down right there. And I think this might be where I pull out the title because I know I need to do the title. And again, I have to get this word dream on here, which I love. So I'm going to do dream dress. I knew that for sure. I initially thought I was going to put dream dress found here. But you'll see in a minute, I'm going to put dress. I should have probably cut some of this out because it's going to take me a second to spell this out. I love this hot pink. These little letters here are just so neat. I love the little layers on them. So it's going to take me just a second. I will tell you while I'm doing all this stuff real quickly here. So this little shop here I'm in the North Texas area, and it's in basically one town over. It's a little boutique. I say little boutique. It was good size. We went in there, had a nice selection. I forget if my sister found this or if Brooke found it. But we had an appointment. We were the first appointment of the day. We go in. We had our stylist. And my sister used to work for David's Bridal. So she has all the knowledge, you guys. Like, I have zero idea. I have never wedding dress shopped at all. And I was like, I don't know. Just find a pretty dress. And my sister's like, no. There's way more stuff you got to think about. There's the cut. There's, the whites will still have like undertones. And she's like, she might need this shade of undertone or that shade, whatever. And then you have, the different top parts, the bodices, and just all the things. I don't know. She knew all the things. She knew all the things about the veil length names and the train names and all the things. So me and my sister and my mama went with Brooke, of course. And we had this nice little thing. We go in and they sit you down. And there's these cute little signs. I'll probably do a layout with these two. Little like, what are those called? The little hand voting signs. One says like, love it. One said like, I've seen better. One says, you look gorgeous. You're supposed to use these little signs to kind of express your you know, opinion or whatever. And anyway, so they picked out a bunch of dresses, and she tried, I mean, I think it was 6 or 8 or something like that. And she still had 2 left to try on. It might have been 6, because I think she still had 2 left to try on when she found the dress. And I'm obviously not going to share that, because that's supposed to be saved for the wedding. I will show probably the no dresses on some layout. But she did find her dress, and it was amazing. She looks stunning. I'm so excited. She looks beautiful. Here's where I pulled out all these ephemera. And I'm like, okay, I had that little doily heart in the lower right, and I love that little truck that says special delivery. And I really wanted to use it on this layout, but I end up not using it, you guys. It wasn't going to work, which makes me a little sad because it's not going to work here, because the special delivery made sense to me, but I just, from a design standpoint, I didn't think it was going to work. So I've got these florals, and I love these big, nice florals. And I think, okay, this is gorgeous. And so I'm going to kind of organize like little bouquets. I'm kind of imagining these as little bouquets. These are not her wedding colors, but, you know, it's okay. I'm just imagining them as little wedding bouquets, kind of. And at the moment, I still have Dream Dress Found. And like I said, I started to put Dream Dress Found here, but I knew if I put here, it was going to go out past the word dress, and I really didn't want that. But that's actually still not going to be the title in the end. I'm going to change it up just a little bit. So I'm building up my little floral clusters here, my little bouquets, as it were. Trying to make sure I have some greenery tucked in there. And just, you know, again, just kind of making these things, whatever. I bring that little flower down. That's not going to stay there. That's going to get moved again. Actually, it's interesting because I had the 2 peaches kind of down there, and then I had the 2 purples in the upper left. So I'll end up kind of flipping those around. Then I decide, you know what, I'm going to move the title up, because I felt like the title was on top of my cluster, my floral cluster, and I really didn't want it touching. So I'm going to put found, I think I started off thinking to myself, found dream dress or something, but I ended up putting found her dream dress. So I'm going to reorganize this just a tad. I'll probably cut away because it does take me just a second. But anyway, it's going to end up being found her dream dress is what it's going to end up being as a title. See, I'm kind of moving these around because I'm kind of organizing it, trying to make sure, can I get it in there? And those white letters are actually foam, so they're easily kind of maneuverable, which is nice. And I took off the exclamation point. So I'm reorganizing this again, and this is where I realize I can't leave that heart doily there. It's just not going to work. It's leaving me no space. The cluster for the floral over there, because I kind of want to put a little journaling on here, and I've left myself really no space that makes sense. So I think in a second is where I realize, no, you're not going to work. I'm going to have to take you off. You're making me so sad. Yeah, this is where I realize it. And I think, you know, but these cute little flowers look cute down here. It's like a little bouquet growing out of the ground. So I'll put 3 little flowers down there, and the truck has to go back. But I still want to use that heart doily, you guys. I haven't figured it out yet, but I will. I'm going to find a home for him yet. Because in my mind, my little floral right there needs a little something. But this is where I decided to put her. So I'm going to have to organize my title. I'm kind of all over the place. I don't feel like I'm very organized in my thought process right now. I kind of have an idea, but I'm trying to accomplish. But by the same token, I kind of keep moving from spot to spot. And that's not terribly efficient, but it is what it is. Which is probably why you end up with a long video here. Anyways, we did find her dress, and it is on order. And you guys, I guess I didn't realize how long it takes. And it's not going to be here till June. I'm like, holy cow, it's not here till June. Like, you know, she's getting married at the end of September, so they're like, oh, your timing is perfect, you know, because that still gives like 6 weeks for any alterations that may be needed. She might need slightly, you know, they're like, you know, with the measurements and stuff, they said she might need a little bit of tucking in at the bodice or something, but generally speaking, they're like, you know, it should be good, but gives us a little time for that. Oh, this is where I decided to put this heart doily. So this is where I like it. I do like this here. It gives me a little bit of base for the floral cluster. Lets the little colors show up a little bit better because they were getting a little lost on the pattern. And this makes it kind of stand out. And I just love these heart doilies, you guys. I think these are so pretty. And I got my little flowers going on there. And I've got my little cluster, of my little garden, I guess, really more so in the lower right. And then I'm going to decide I need to do sequins, you guys. I decide I have to do sequins in a minute. I'm going to glue all these down. I will put foam up underneath some of the leaves and different things. But I have this little sequin mix from Spiegelmom Scraps called Just Good Stuff. And it's got the little turquoisey stuff, or like the hot pink. It's got, you know, kind of the colors go really well. So I'm just going to kind of build little sequin things around my stuff here. It takes me just a minute. I'll use my little Nuvo glue and just go doot, 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 and go around. I think this color palette looks really pretty. I saw some other ones I probably need to check into. I need to control myself though, because I'll get way too many. All right, so here's my little Nuvo bits I'm going to do again. And then in a moment, I'm going to take out my Muji pen and I'll draw some lines and I will do my journaling. But like I said, I don't love my handwriting, but by the same token, I think this is an event where I do want my handwriting to be captured because I'm writing our thoughts out and everything. But there you go. That's the slowdown. Thank you guys so much for watching. Check out the website. You got there's sign-ups and specials and all that kind of good stuff. And we'll see you next time. Bye.